Going on YouTube, it's Oliver Simon. I'm here to talk to you about Sango no Miya Kokomi. And this character just has a lot of controversy that's going on right now. As you can see right here, her play style is supposed to be primarily healer, and she's pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she's a good unit. I don't think that her design is mediocre whatsoever, but I think it goes a little bit more into her gameplay, and that's what I'm gonna talk about here in a second. Um, as you can see right here, and I'm just going to dive right into this. I think there's been a lot of talk on this, and I just want to get something up as a small creator. Just touching on this, I've been a player since the game started, and when I saw this, even I was a little bit shocked of MiHoYo's vision of what a healer is supposed to be in the game. I just think that these attributes, the way she plays as far as damage output does, it just doesn't fit right. It doesn't sit right with me. I think that a healer on my team needs to be able to hold his or her own, such as Bennett and Barbara, even Chi-Chi in that matter, to be able to sustain my team, especially if there's a debuff like erosion on the 11th floor in the Spiral Abyss. That will be damaging all my teammates, because if my healer goes down, then I have no choice but to fight through that situation. And as we saw in the release of this level, there's just a lot of issues with being able to maintain that without a healer on your team. Now this is okay, this is fine. I'm 100% okay with that. I believe having a healer on the team is great. I believe changing the mechanics of the game outside of focusing on crit damage, elemental mastery, elemental recharge, and crit damage and attack, that's fine. It doesn't have to be the main focus of every character, and I think that it wasn't necessarily. There's different play styles. Obviously you can choose whatever you want to do, but I think it makes sense to just look at this as a bigger perspective, because I was really excited about this character, but when seeing some demos from bigger streamers, I just wasn't that impressed enough for me as a semi free to play to invest into this character. Rolling this character, she would be of no benefit. She's not better than Barbara in the matters of healing, and I just like the play style of Bennett being able to be a sub DPS on my team. Let's dive into this a little bit. So she has a artifact set on. Let's see, I believe it is yes, the Heart of Depth, which is fine. They went ahead and used all of the Heart of Depth artifacts, and we can see back at our attributes, it just gives her that little bit of boost. So we're looking at a 26% crit rate, and I think that was the biggest thing, that this character was coming out with a negative 100 crit rate, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't really take away from the character too much, especially if she was to be primarily healing. But if the healing factor was going to be the main selling point of Kokomi, then the healing would need to be something that was more rapid, I believe. Even if it did give you that elemental skill, maybe energy recharge is something that we could focus on to be able to heal ourselves a little bit faster. And I know that you can focus on that, but not in the way that I thought when they first announced her. So here I'm looking at the rest of her stats. I mean, incoming healing bonus is not too much of important. The healing bonus is we're looking at a 70%, which is pretty good. I'm not saying anything, and they focus on the energy recharge like I was saying. I would like for it to be a little bit higher than that, honestly. But the rest is just, it's just not that good, and I'll show you here in a minute what that looks like when she hits. But this is the one thing that I wanted to touch on in this video that I think is really important, is that her constellation. Me not knowing anything about it, I do read the Hoyo Lab stuff. I do look into the characters whenever I can. I don't look at leaks. But what I think is that this character particularly, if you think about her constellations, when I thought about it before she came out, I thought that she was going to be having healing buffs of some sort, or maybe even something that would give her some more mobility, some sort of speed which she does have attack speed, but I'm more so talking about the elemental recharge being a main focus, because if she is a healer, that would be something that would be appealing to me, as having a healer on my team. If you can heal my team faster, then I can take on harder levels, which if that is the focus from MiHoYo, then I would want that. And as I went through these constellations, we're looking at 30% hydro damage here. We're looking at normal charge attacks giving a little bit higher on this one. That's a talent buff. We're looking at normal attack speed by 10% and a little bit of a 0.8 energy recharge. Then we're looking at another talent buff, and the last one is a 40% hydro damage for 4 seconds when a normal and charge attack heal. Or would heal any party member with 80% or more HP. I mean, it's just not that impressive, to be honest with you. I just believe that they could have done a lot better. This was, for me, I'm gonna be honest, I was really excited of the mechanics changing in the game. I just think that it would have been more exciting to really focus on having a healer on the team, the healer being the main part of the team, to really give the game another edge, another mechanic, something more than just DPS, switching, attacking. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I really do like the game in its entirety, but I would like to see a healer be a main role in this game, more so than what it already is. She's a pretty cute unit. I have nothing to say bad about her design. Like I said, it looks pretty good, but I'm just kind of disappointed, honestly. You know, it's just been a lot of back and forth with the characters. Raiden Shogun having an issue with pairing with Beto. You know, we had the whole controversy with Mia not being able to hit as hard as people wanted her to. And the only time, and I could be wrong on this, but Zhongli being the only character that has been buffed throughout the game's lifespan at this point, and we're almost at a year at this point, is a little disappointing, to be honest with you. I would have much rather liked to see, some balance patches, something that would give the characters a little bit more of something, right? We're losing these main characters that we've got, even on this team right here, Kaya, Lisa, and Xiangling. We don't really use these characters too much. Now, Xiangling, she's not too bad of a character, but I'm just saying overall, we would love to see them buffed. You go from Mondstadt to Liyue to Inazuma, and the new characters just seem a bit better to a certain extent on certain things when we face these new levels and challenges and events that have been coming out. But when I went ahead and I played this character, and I'm just going to show a little bit of it right here. She's just hitting. She's not hitting very much right there. She's not really hitting that much. I'm going to get her to hit her ult, and that was something that I really was a bit upset with. And that'll show here. Barely any attack. And this is, it's just a little upsetting, to be honest with you. Overall, she plays really nice. There's nothing wrong with the mechanics on that part, but I guess I just expected more, to be honest with you. It's just not where I wanted her to be. Regular characters hit higher than she does, and it's just not where it's at, to be honest with you. But let me know what you think of Kokomi. Maybe you like her. Maybe you want her to be a part of your team. Maybe you think that she is going to be a great addition. I don't know. Will I roll for her? I might, just to have the character, but I don't think that I will use her particularly. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.